So when Nintendo Direct passed, if you're a Mario fan, then it was a good one, but also if you're a Peach fan. You could say that about this past generation, thinking about it, just a good gen for Peach fans. Brand new innovative 2D Mario making Peach playable for the first time in a mainline 2D title since Mario 2, Super Mario RPG being remade in glorious modern HD, maintaining its art style and everything else, as Peach is an integral character to the adventure who's also playable. Both Mario plus Rabbids games, brand new titles effectively doing the same thing, while filling her in this tanky healer role, sporting a shotgun. The recently unleashed Mario movie that gave Peach an incredibly proactive role and portraying her more capably and leader-like. This year's been pretty damn good if you like Peach, which now only gets better when you factor she's also getting her own game again after almost 18 years. Granted, it was announced this year and it's coming out next year, but you get what I mean. Super Princess Peach. That was way back in October 2005. And in hindsight, it's kind of screwed up. Peach has not gotten another game since focused on her on a solo adventure. Now we have a brand new game coming next year on Switch, Princess Peach Showtime. And I am pleasantly excited for it. Not super over the moon like a new 3D Mario, Mario Kart, or new Mario RPG or something, but we need more spin-off games starring more side characters. Luigi's Mansion, that's a whole series now. Luigi's Mansion is insanely popular. Donkey Kong has had a series of games with Country, Yoshi's had his own series, Wario has 2 series of his own games, Captain Toad even has his own title. So of course, with all these other side series for Mario, Peach deserved more new games for a long time now, so it's nice that after the year where she's getting a lot more proactive, dependable, and strong roles in multiple games, including the Mario movie, now she's getting a new game to complement all of that and her proper status as one of the main tentpole characters in the entire Mario franchise with Mario, Luigi, and Bowser, offering way more than just being the damsel in distress, which is really cool. I might cook with another video talking about more spin-off titles featuring more side characters from Mario and other Nintendo series. That'll be its own video. But just the fact the existence of a brand new Peach game all on its own is very exciting. And it's extra nice that that game, it looks pretty dang good. Even just from the premise of it, Peach is encouraged by a few of her toads to check out the Sparkle Theater, only for it to be overtaken by the Wicked Grape and the Sour Bunch, warping the entire theater. New Mario villain? More new characters? An equation. It is so simple, but is wholly worth celebrating and acknowledging because it's just not that common of a thing at all with Mario. Only the RPGs basically do this, so that all on its own is very exciting. Plus, it's something new from Super Princess Peach, where Bowser was still the big bad. So already, something that separates itself from the first Peach game. And B, the villain being more wordplay on fruit, grape, the Sour Bunch, and adversary for Princess Peach. It's cheeky, it's fun, it's a tinge of cleverness, wordplay, I love that. Plus, it's a cool design, you got this mask with this jester theme, it ties into the whole theater gimmick. But Peach teams up with the theater's guardian, Stella, this magical daffodil-looking creature, to take down Grape, and you enter these various theaters to save any characters or NPCs, essentially all of them basically being new, caught in the fray, all different kinds of traps and obstacles and enemies, the latter also being new. But even just that base premise alone is another one of those creative and inspired types of setups that adds to how much more creative and expressive Mario as a franchise can get, like Luigi's Mansion or the Mario RPGs. You attack enemies with your ribbon given from Stella, either actually attacking them or purifying them or something to that effect. Some enemies and puzzles you can't solve with this ribbon, so you have to don these new costumes that match each independent play and grant these new abilities for Peach. Sword Fighter Peach, self-explanatory with this agile anime-like dodging move. Detective Peach, solving these mysteries in another theater in this slower, more thought-producing challenge. Patissier Peach, making cakes and sweets in this minigame-like challenge. Kung Fu Peach, in this action-adventure style that's similar to the sword fighting one, but you also have to time some attacks with some enemies, almost rhythm-based. And all of this makes a lot of sense. This whole game is playing into the idea of theater, stage plays, stage productions, and the genres of such, so the gameplay might shift significantly into different gameplay genres, based on which theater you enter, which in of itself changes theater/play genres as well. It's a fun idea all on its own, just for implying each level, world, chapter, what have you, is going to play out very differently from the last, even with the little symbol cue above each theater telling you what genre to expect. She's probably going to have some branch of a consistent moveset throughout the game, if the ribbon's anything to go off of, but they can cram in plenty of different movesets and game mechanics per theater and costume to suit the appropriate theme if they wanted to. And that looks like the case in both how Peach will control per costume and the level design in some of the stages. It's a clever way of expanding on the themes surrounding the story and location in an inventive way. It's very thematic, very cohesive, amplified further by the costumes Peach can wear. And I know I'm not alone. She looks incredible in like all of these costumes. Sword fighter, detective, the kung fu one's my favorite. The orange eyeliner, her ponytail, her outfit. I love that one a lot more than the others. The sword fighter one I love a lot too. But not only is she pulling off all of these outfits very well, it feels like they're capitalizing off what they did with her in Mario Odyssey. Post-game, she travels to each kingdom in different outfits for half of them. This feels like it's further expanding on that, and I think we just love her and all the other main Mario characters donning more original or unique clothing we don't get from them that often. They're always wearing the same outfits, the same colors, and costumes, so this is another nice change of pace, what basically feels like it's branching off what Mario Odyssey did, and expanding on that more for Peach. The merging of different types of theater and gameplay, the characters, Peach herself, I'm curious to see how much more ideas they have than what they showed. More new enemies, more new costumes, more genres covering Western plays, sci-fi, horror, folk, maybe melodrama, though that's kind of reaching it, comedy, music, idol/pop, sports, war, art, animals, ninjas. If Nintendo wanted to go deeper or darker, you never know. Dark magic? There's a lot of ideas and genres and ideas across plays, theater, or even movie/show genres they could cover with this game being themed all around theater, more than what we already have. That's another reason why this game looks so captivating. It's just overflowing at the seams with a lot of creative potential, just like the Mario RPGs and just like Luigi's Mansion. You, or at least I, can't help but take note in how this or any other Mario or Nintendo game is teeming with creative potential in the gameplay, the visual themes, just any game that has a core theme but takes it to the fullest degree. Princess Peach Showtime, even if it wounds up simple in the gameplay depth, it looks like it's trying to tap into that theater theme incredibly hard as much as they can, and we might not know what to fully expect throughout each stage to where something new or different may get meticulously designed to engage or enchant the player. Gameplay-wise, I've seen some people stress over how simple the game might be at the end of it, because I think most people deduce this might be on the shorter end of a game, like a couple hours, maybe 5 to 6 or somewhere around there, maybe a little more. So some call to question if the game might do more than just simple A-taps for the vast majority of it, which I kind of get why. You make a game's skill floor and ceiling both pretty low. Its lasting power for some people will suffer. Plus, Nintendo loves to make their games as accessible as they can, especially with Mario, so I can see in some places why people have this fear with this new Peach game. Me, personally, myself, I kinda don't care that much if it'll be baby mode simple or if it'll have like some challenge the further you go. Both visually and gameplay wise, from a guy who's never touched Kirby, the sense I get looking at this game reminds me of looking at a new Kirby game. Some Kirby games provide tougher challenges and levels, in some games for sure, the more you play, but the vast sum of the game, you know you're in for a chill, relaxing time. Princess Peach Showtime looks like the type of game you would just kick back and vibe to. All these pretty, vibrant colors, these new wacky characters, all the charm, all the personality, the spectacle. Even if they take a page out of 2D Mario and do the one and done gimmick for each stage, and it almost never repeats after the one time, like, you'll likely get lost in how each stage will just have this one specific theme, this one specific gimmick, boss, Peach's animations, power-ups, or a general sequence, like it is an actual play you're watching, like it's an animated movie or an art piece, taking in all the little finer details. It'll just be a treat to go along for this pleasant, slow, but leisurely roller coaster ride. I think the gameplay's probably going to be on the simpler side. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure this game will be fairly simple, all things considered. And I think that's okay. Just from the gameplay and thematic expansion going on, it feels like the game's trying to sample different genres of gameplay, not just theater or show, and it gives us, especially younger audiences, a piece of all these different types of games and gameplay styles and whatnot, stuff that even older audiences might get a kick out of either there or just the presentation alone. And if not that, 2D Mario, Kirby, Yoshi, Nintendo's had plenty of games where the gameplay skill floor and ceiling skews on the lower, easier side, but still be a fun time and great experience regardless. I'm not even trying to pull the whole, oh, it's a Mario game, it's a kid's game, why are grown-ass adults groaning about a difficulty of a Princess Peach game? It's completely fine if you want more challenge and gameplay depth than given in any video game. It's another layer of entertainment and critical design to any type of game. If you feel Princess Peach Showtime might be on the simpler side and you don't want that, that's completely fine. I don't think that's going to matter to me when I play this game, because I'm pretty sure it's going to skew on that simpler side and still be pretty damn entertaining and fun regardless. Like 3D Mario, I would want to have that balance. Sunshine, 64, Odyssey, Galaxy. The skill floor is low and easy to understand, easy to get into, and clear casually, but the skill ceiling is very high in all of those, understanding the fundamentals and deeper concepts of Mario's moveset, the physics, the level design, all that stuff. And 3D Mario, or even classic Paper Mario with the badge system, are probably the best examples of one of those Nintendo games where it's fun for everyone at any skill level. It's fun for anyone. It's fun for anyone, basically. This game could probably benefit if it had any design like that, but even if not, even when Nintendo usually is at their best when they strike that middle ground, I don't mind every single Mario game under the sun not having that deeper difficulty or gameplay design to make it the pinnacle or peak of their respective series each time if they can't find it. Again, like, I know Kirby games have their crazy lore with like nightmare marks and whatnot with some of their titles, and like later levels and bosses get insanely tough, but the vast majority of Kirby games, they're always just like good feel, chill games you vibe to. Kirby, Yoshi, like I think Princess Peach Showtime is basically going to be in the same ballpark or category as those types of games. Especially when, even if simple, the game is indeed fun to play and dive into, and especially when the ideas, mechanics, and overall experience are a delight to indulge in. That's what makes or breaks a game's longevity and or fan base, and Princess Peach totally has that in its favor already just from looking at the trailer. And even then, there probably is going to be a solid chance there will be just enough depth. Looking at the detective and patissiere Peach sections, the former might be more puzzle heavy, likely not insanely easy to solve, not super baby mode easy, and we know the baking portion's gotta be a small section of a larger level. That one minigame where you're patissiere, there's gotta be a lot more than just that. Super Princess Peach, to me, it was a good game and good Peach game, but even that felt both pretty simple and somewhat by the books. It had this combat, it had some unique bosses and a few new characters in general. It had elements and some structure that differed from your usual 2D Mario fare, but even then, it still did adopt the same world, level, boss, just the core structure of a 2D Mario. The art style was good, but it was essentially an expansion on Yoshi's Island. The gameplay difficulty didn't spike much higher as you played. All the puzzles were pretty easy to solve. Oh, wooden bridge? Oh, you just burn with rage. Oh, a sprout's coming out of the ground? Cry. Even when you had to find every toad in that game to reach the final boss, difficulty-wise, I feel it's not going to be all that different with Princess Peach Showtime. Alongside, you could tell where the mainline Mario ideas and conventions came from, as they were all throughout the game. Even in this title, Super Princess Peach, Super Mario. So you could argue that was always the intent from the get-go, to make it a Mario-like adventure starring Peach. But you get what I'm trying to say. But this Peach game, Princess Peach Showtime, by a wider margin, feels more inspired. It feels very inventive and original, and it has a theme playing with a bunch of ideas that all fit well for Peach as a character. Say what you will about Peach, or even Mario as a character, or in terms of personality, but this past year alone almost has served in significantly reconfiguring her character and how we're supposed to perceive her. Damsel in distress, that was her tagline for so long. And then the Mario movie, Mario plus Rabbids, Mario RPG's revival, and now this game. Nintendo's trying to forge Peach more into someone more prepared, strong, adaptable, and fierce, facing off against these brand new villains with brand new abilities. It's not something we'd get from Nintendo at least a decade ago, whether from the greater Mario ethos or even to just Peach herself. And that's precisely why Princess Peach Showtime looks like another one of those bizarre, odd Mario games that it's very enchanting and attractive looking. Visuals, premise, ideas, gameplay, another Mario title serving as another bastion of creative flair and freedom of expression from Nintendo's developers, even if it's relatively more low-key, because you'd hope to expect that from a Mario spin-off starring someone not Mario, and a lot of us think it's going to be a pretty short game. But even then, enchanting's probably the best way I could describe Princess Peach Showtime in my opinion. It's very weird and odd, but that makes it all the more enchanting and fun. It also feels like one of those types of games only Peach could probably do. I could be completely blanking on another character or franchise doing this type of setup in game Peach Showtime's doing. I could be completely wrong. But this theme of theater genres mashing together with gameplay genres, and Peach donning these new costumes, almost magical girl-like, performing these new abilities based on the costume, like it does fit Peach extremely well. And honestly, I can kinda see this game being Nintendo's attempt at designing a magical girl-like game, magical girl show like Sailor Moon, Puella Magi Madoka Magica, that sort of thing, to where there are these girls that transform in these sparkly outfits with these sparkly transformations and perform these powerful, beautiful attacks to destroy evil. That's basically what this game is, honestly. That's where I got the dark magic genre from, as a potential idea for this game's theme in one of the levels too. I don't think they're gonna go that route. Madoka Magica fans, if you know, you know, but I'm just saying, if they went that route, ooh, that'd be really cool. That would be so cool. I'm not even a magical girl fan. Like, that's the one magical girl anime I've seen, but that one's a good one. And a lot of people, myself included, we just love seeing Peach do anything that isn't her twiddling her thumbs while being kidnapped in a cell in Bowser's castle somewhere. Running, jumping, taking out baddies, doing cool stuff. I want more of Peach doing that. I want more of other Mario characters getting that shine like Luigi, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Wario, and Mario get regularly in some way, shape, or form. This even goes for other side characters in other Nintendo games, but I am glad that Peach is getting it again after such a long time, and when Princess Peach Showtime looks genuinely fun and really creative. And it's probably safe to assume this game will sell pretty dang well, hopefully, if not decently well at the bare minimum. If I'm reading deep into titles, we could talk about how it's Princess Peach : insert subtitle. Showtime's the subtitle, but it's like Princess Peach : could be any subtitle, like any word. For all we know, Nintendo might have a series plan for Peach herself. Going off the naming convention, I know I'm reading mad deep into just 3 words right now, but we all agree Peach does need more games, and that could be the subtlest way for Nintendo to hint us in saying they're gonna make more, just like Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Wario, and Luigi's respective series naming conventions. But as far as a Peach game goes, this looks really fun. I can't wait to try it. Peach fans, theater fans, young girls, or even women in general, you at least have a couple different audiences immediately this game's trying to cater to anyways. It's not going to be just for kids at least. So there's already a good wide reach for this game as is. I think it'll do well, and I think it'll be a fun time. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in those comments. Balan Wonderworld, but good! I can't wait till it comes out next year in March. 5 months is probably not going to be, it's not a lot of wait. It's not a huge waiting time, thank God. So you already know I'm going to check that out, do that for the channel when that drops. Thank you for watching, and stay super.
Yo, hey, 妹妹，嘿，过来呀！共和大哈哈呀！拉面，嘿，来面，买个面，共和再见呀！哈哈，拉面，下手面，谢谢。